Alright, so hello you guys. In our last video we've talked about creating files and directories, how to move with them, but I didn't mention the removal and moving of files between directories. You can actually even move directories within other directories. So today's video will be about moving files and folders and removing or the removal of those files and folders. So first off, let's talk about moving, because moving and copying files as well, because that's also a bit needed. So you'll need to copy files from time to time, so it's important to know. Yeah. One thing I want to mention, as you can see, we're still in the terminal. For this episode, we won't be leaving the terminal, we'll still be in it, but I think in the next episode we can go on to installing of a graphical user interface, and I can show you some stuff around that, but that's still not important, because I would want to show you today one important thing. I did talk about moving between directories, but I want to explain then every single directory later down the line in this series, so stay tuned for that. So first, let's get on to copying files. So we ended off with a few more files we created with another directory, and we also created files inside of directories, and that's like really cool and all, and that's all within the terminal. So what can we do from here? Well, I haven't talked about moving files or copying files, in fact. So I want to show you a bunch of commands. So first off, mv, which is short for move or rename files. Even I'm going to show you how you can do that later. So strictly speaking, moving files is simple. Again, let's list out all our files that we have. So let's say I want to move the test-txt1.txt into our test folder. Simple. mv and the name of the file. Again, I'm using tabs and give it some hints onto which folder I want. So the first part of the command is which file or directory we want to move, and the second part is where. So for me it will be the test folder. Emphasize that it's the test folder by putting a forward slash. You know what? But what's that? Well, what happens if we list the directory test? You see that file that we moved in that, the text1 file, it wasn't there before. For those who haven't watched the previous episodes, we have created the text3 file in here as an example of creating new files from another directory that we are not in currently. So that's the file. We moved it. We moved the text file in that. To show you we actually did move it, moving is not like copying. Mover will actually move the file physically. But let's say we want to copy a file. To copy a file, there's a command called cp. Again, cp is to copy files and directories. So we're going to use that to our advantage. So let's clear it all out and let's have a look. Again, we're going to do cp, but make sure to put it with -r, because it will otherwise work like it's a verbius copy, which means that it will copy the file by leaving the file in its current place, but it will copy it to another location without deleting the original file. If you were to use if you were to use regular copy, it will work like mv for moving, but we want to copy the file, so we're going to do cp-r, and let's do the test-text2 file into our test directory. again, if I list it all, you'll see that our test-text2 file is still in here. To prove to you that it is still in there, that it is in fact in there, you can see that another file has appeared, which is the test-text2 file we've just copied. So that's copying files and moving files. What about moving directories though? So to move directories, we can create a copy of a directory inside of a directory, which sounds like a bit of a weird thing, but we can actually do that. So we do cp-r test directory into test-backup. What have we done? We've just created a directory called test-backup. As you can see, it has the exact same size and it's been created later. To make sure that I'm not joking with you, if I list the contents of the test-backup, it's the same if I were to list our original one. The exact same. However, the dates are different because it's been created later. But those are the exact same files. It's just a copy, it's a backup, and it's how to create a backup of a folder if you need to. It's not necessarily a backup, but it's a really neat thing to know. So we have copied the entire folder or directory. Let's say we want to move it. Let's say we want to move the test-backup inside that. How do you do that? Simple. We'll just do it in a bit of a switcheroo method. Instead of cp-r, we're going to pick the mv for moving. We're going to move the entire directory into our test directory. Have we done it? Well, see, there's another folder, test-backup. However, it's not in our home directory anymore. It's inside the test directory. Again, see that? If I were to list the test-backup, it's going to say there's nothing in it because it's not in our home directory anymore. Again, it's not in here, it's in our test directory. If I were to list the test-backup directory from within there, it will show us the backup, the contents of the backup folder. So that's how you copy files, how to move them. In fact, what you can do, and that's what I actually did, is that we've actually renamed the file despite not creating a separate folder. The thing that I did before was the cp-r test folder. Actually, I can show the command what I did, but it now explain it fully. The thing that I did here is I renamed the folder test-backup. So what I did, created a folder called test-backup and copied the contents of the test folder in it. So I skipped one extra command, and it's really useful if you really want to save time in large-scale applications or large-scale scripts. So yeah, so that's basically it. That's moving files. Now, how to remove files? So to make removing a lot easier, I'm going to move. So let's say I wanna. Okay, so here's the thing. If I list out what we have currently in our home directory, I guess we have a bunch of stuff we've created, stuff we want to get rid of. It's actually really easy. We can actually remove it simply by, okay, also for those wondering, oh, I don't have, okay, never mind. So let's say we have, so you can see we have a bunch of files in here. What do we do? Well, let's say you want to remove it. How do we do that? Again, rm is a utility that lets us remove directories and files. One form of the command I prefer using without any issues is rm-rf, which what it does, it removes the files forcefully and recursively and makes sure that it's removed like away, like totally, like nothing is in there. So R&F, but which one? Again, by pressing double tabs, it will give you an example. So let's say I remove test dash text, but let's say I remove the two one. The heck? Oh, okay. So let's say I remove this one file. Again, before I remove it though, ls dash it all, and let's say I remove it. As you can see, the file is gone. Let's say I remove every single file that has the test-text name. How do you do that? You put an asterisk. It removes every single file that had the names test-text. So what I did is, as you can see, we originally had these three files. I removed one file with the name test-text2.txt, which it did. To make our lives a bit faster and easier, I put in a ampersand, and you might be asking, well, why do I do that? This will pick every single file that has a string at the beginning, test-text. So it will look for that, and if it matches test-text, it will remove every single file. You can also make it so it removes just text files and not folders. So let's move into our test directory to show you just that. So let's move into that, and let's as you can see, we have this bunch of files, and let's see what I remove. Let's create a file actually. Let's create a separate file called touch, I don't know, test-text 5 dot, I don't know, doc, for example. So as you can see, create a .doc file. Now let's say I want to remove every single txt file, but not every doc file. And let's create another one to show you something really neat. Task-1-text5.txt. This will be important to show as an example, so trust me with this one. So one thing to remember, as I mentioned before, we can use this command to remove every single file with the beginning of the text like that. However, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do instead, let's say we'll remove every single text file. So we do the ampersand.txt. If we list it out, you can see every single .txt file from before has been removed, leaving just the doc file. If we remove the doc files, again, you'll have to do doc. As you can see, there's no file there anymore. If you want to remove everything from a directory, do R&F with just a star in it. Remember, we used to have test1 and test-backup in there. What do we have now? Nothing, it's empty. So let's move back to home and remove just that test folder. Remove the ampersand and type in test, and boom. As you can see, nothing that we've created is in there anymore. To show you that it actually worked out, is we need to launch the ls-all command to see everything. As you can see, our folder that we've created is gone, along with our text files. So this is how you can remove directories and text files. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys, because it really is important to know that. So yeah, again, just make sure to read up. It really helps if you know what you're doing. And I hope to see you guys next time. Now make sure to write in the comments what you want me to do. It is really important to me to know for like what you want to learn from me, because if there's something you don't understand, I'll try to study it and explain it in the most simple form as I can. So yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.